Well, it was early in the 2011 season when all the players met up at the Tim Hortons in Hawkesbury. There was Henrik, of course, very proud of his DR.
This is what a DR650 ownership is all about, huh? Profile?
Where's your turn signals, Bill?
My turn signals terminate here.
Nice,
your
nice.
rear light.
Dude, this luggage is pretty spiffy.
Awesome, eh?
Oh, and it's locked.
Good for airports.
Chris, see you made a little effort to clean your bike up for this week. There's still a good quarter-inch here. Yeah, right, just drive on the side knobs.
Only starting to chunk a little bit.
Oh yeah, a little crackage. So it was still a bit nippy. We plugged in our electric vests and headed off to cross the bridge into Quebec. Now, I don't have any footage of this, but crossing the bridge deserted at 7 o'clock in the morning, I did manage to get nailed for a nice speeding ticket. Then it was off into the trails. As you can see, there was still a little bit of ice and mucky, but it was nice to be back on the trail again. A little quick pit stop to air down.
Let's see. Good.
Here we see my Moto Overland side stand foot enlarger. This thing works amazing. I have their skid plate as well. And then it was time to play in a puddle. First thing I did was, I don't know, stalled it on this uphill and crashed it. The nice thing is, it only takes about 4 months for your foot to heal if you're not wearing motocross boots. Came down to let the boys know I was okay, and then decided Chris was young and dumb. He could help me lift up the big beast.
I think these straps work.
Not that I fell down a lot, but I added these little straps to make picking up the bike a little easier. And yeah, it's at moments like these, sometimes I wish I was riding a 250. Then it was Henrik on the mighty DR. Now when my brother watches these videos, he says we spend so much time screwing around in the water, we should all go out and buy boats. Some people just don't get it. Chris decided to check out the deep end.
You gotta go closer to the shore.
Now if the puddle has a shore, it's probably too deep.
Hey.
Any deeper than this? That's the deepest point right there.
Henrik just did it.
We all know Chris doesn't like getting his feet wet, so...
Yeah.
And this day, the sand in the little sand pit was nice. Pretty good traction. And of course, despite there being nobody else there, Henrik decided to come and have a little visit with me.
Woo! Whoa, sorry. Hey, Henrik, how are you?
The mighty DR. This hill's actually steep. It never looks like it on video, though.
Nice job.
Then it was time for a real bike to try the hill. Then Henrik was nice enough to lend Joe his bike, and of course Joe always takes very good care of other people's property. That steam's actually coming off Joe's crotch.
Flame out, flame out.
If at first you don't succeed, more gas.
Give it! Gas, Joe, gas!
Now listen for the rear brakes. Nice.
That doesn't sound good. Not to Riley, oh man.
Then it was my turn. Now the only thing better than lending your bike to a bunch of idiots is being the guy videotaping it.
Guys, you like stalling that DR?
And then I decided to see, you know, how deep that water really was, since, hey, it was Henrik's bike. It was at this point the DR developed a mysterious starting problem, but we couldn't understand why. We'd been treating it with kid gloves. So Henrik decided to take his bike back and get it running again.
Dramatic music.
What the fuck?
It's good. What? Kill switch maybe?
No, there's kill switches.
No, it was cranking when I was on it.
Hang on.
There, it's neutral. Chris! Make it good!
Spectacular!
Wheelie. Water! Spray! Oh. Stuck!
Well, Chris needed a little pull, but the show would go on.
Oh, a little water. Hit a little sputter there.
On his first pass, the HP2 barely made it, and the second pass, Chris wasn't quite so lucky. Unlike the DR, though, the old HP2 fired right back up.
No, I checked the spark.
Spark is good.
Then we got to see Chris have a little spill. It's always nice to see Chris fall down, and if you look closely at his pants, apparently he was a little more frightened than we thought.
Could we just pull the float bowl and make sure it's not a piece of shit in the float bowl? Let's just drain the float bowl.
And how would a piece of shit get in the float bowl?
No, just debris, like shit gets in there. We got a drain screw on the float bowl. Let's drain something out of it and see.
All right.
One thing's for sure, the DR had a good battery.
So to sum up, we have no idea why it's running again.
No.
So how to fix the DR is you take the seat off, you pull all the wires and you jiggle them, you drain gas, you play with the petcock.
And you have 4 guys crank it over and over.
4 guys try to start it, and then after 15 minutes it always runs. And then we always go, we're mechanical geniuses! Are you optimistic?
We shall see.
Okay.
Pads are finished. They're rubbing on the disc. They're metal on metal.
Metal on metal, baby.
I've seen worse.
Ah, I've seen worse too.
Yeah.
On your bike.
Yeah.
It was at this point we spotted a bone-dry 1150 GS.
Look how clean Joe's bike is!
Hey!
Anyways, all the bikes got running, we got back to one of our favorite water crossings, and we sent in our lead scout to check it out. And yeah, it was spring flooding. It was pretty deep in the middle. So we took the bridge. We're actually standing on a bridge right now.
I think that's deep, Bill.
Then we got back out on the trail, finally got moving again, and yeah, the trails were really nice. Till we came up to our first obstacle. Now the water is a little deeper here than usual too.
It's deep here, but it's not deep there.
I don't know.
Or we go over. It's way too fucking deep here. That's fucking 4 feet.
Chris decided to ride over the pipes because of the HP2's low air intake. And he's got the ground clearance to clear them as well. Now the only way to really know how deep the water is to jump in. And this was from melting ice and snow, so man, it was cold.
If you stick along here, it looks fine. All right, let's do that. It's actually getting better there.
Here it's a little deep. This is a little deep.
Yeah, but it's okay.
We were pretty sure we'd found a route, but to be sure, we sent in the DR first. Joe decided that water looked a bit deep for the low air intake on the 1150, so over the pipes he went.
Okay.
Oh, skid plate's working.
Forward,
Gently,
forward.
gently. You gotta go for it, Bill.
Go for it. Go.
What do you think?
My DR is still running.
Oh, fuck. No drama. Well, maybe a little.
And it was back onto the trail. This is when we came to our next little obstacle.
It's not good. It's not good.
Joe and Henrik decided to go check out a bypass the ATV guys seem to have been working on. And since I was already wet, I decided to just walk across. Actually, there was kind of a road that was underwater.
It's way shallower than last time. I'm going through here, man.
First man across was Joe on the 1150. Now the surface under here was kind of tricky because it was these round rocks, and as soon as you started trying to lay the power down, the tire would just spin. Now the HP2 also has a relatively low air intake. It's got a little rubber flap to deflect water on it though, but you'd still have to be over the cylinders to really be in trouble. Now on the right here you can see that dark water. That is deep. And it was Henrik on the mighty DR.
Oh, we could have easily gone around too.
He started kind of heading towards the deep water, so I went out there. He also hit a rock. And that's all she wrote. I went across to get my bike before lending Henrik a hand. And on the 800, the air intakes are almost up at the same height as the headlight, so you have pretty good fording capabilities. Then the long walk back to help a stranded 650. Now as we were dragging this bike, we noticed it seemed really difficult.
Dropping in value
Make sure
by
you
the
get a
minute.
shot of Chris. You can tell the difference between a friend and a relative. You can always not be your friend. Fuck, is it in gear? No. The rear wheel's not turning, you motherfucker! No! Pull the clutch in. It's still not turning.
It's the brake.
That's the squirrely feeling you've been feeling. The brakes
Yeah,
seized.
it's locked.
It's not turning. Rear wheel is locked.
Yeah, it's the brake. No wonder you want to sell that beater.
It is. It is, man. Look.
It's in neutral?
Yeah.
Well, your rear caliper's seized up.
Oh, maybe a pebble in the chain. Back it up. Yeah. No, there's a rock in the chain.
Where?
I'd like to personally
Doing
thank Joe and Chris for their help in this situation. Then once again, it was placed. Start the DR.
Now it's waterlogged, just let it run. Yeah, it was off.
You must knock it with your leg or something.
Yeah,
When you fell,
fall.
you knocked it with your leg.
Your petcock was off!
And initially we thought it was the petcock being off, but then it just wouldn't run.
Do you smell any urine?
Chris, keeper of the bolts. We'll dry it out and we'll keep on trucking.
Oh, I can oil it when I get home.
It'll run like that now.
Huh?
It'll run
Yeah,
like
as soon as
that.
it dries off.
There was a lot of water in the airbox and intake, so up she went.
More. More. Still got some in there.
Then she purred like a kitten.
How could gas get on that? Is there a...
So we buttoned her back up and got ready to move.
Get your foam over the top. It's not over the top there.
Yeah!
Back on the trail, here the GoPro is on the HP2. Now we've been down this trail many times, so we knew there was a big water obstacle coming up, but we'd never actually seen the water this high. So we sent Henrik in to do a little reconnaissance.
Better the devil you know.
If we all do it, we can walk them through.
Yeah, but fuck, we got a kilometer of this.
What?
There's like a kilometer.
And Henrik, it doesn't make a difference if you walk these bikes and they get water in the intake, they're still fucked.
Nice. Look, it's Jesus. Oh, thought he was walking on water.
So we turned tail and headed back. Chris decided to take the bypass. The ATV guys had really improved it, and I just decided to drive back across the lake. Joe decided to drive across the underwater road as well, but he kind of got a little off track into some deeper water. But he stayed on the gas and got her through.
Nice.
You had me wanting to piss my pants a little bit. You shouldn't go that fast to go at water.
Henrik, for some reason, had enough water sports for one day and took the bypass. And then we headed back on the trail, and so ended another Awesome Players Off-Road Motorcycle Club adventure. And everybody pitched in for the speeding ticket.